This is a talkthrough of how I created my poster. Firstly, I inserted a text coming soon and positioned it 3/4 of the bottom of the page. This font is Arial and 60 points. Because it's a poster, I thought it was conventional to write a title coming soon in a big font to appeal to the audience. The colour white is a good contrast to the black background. Also coming soon is only featured on film trailers and film posters. I then wrote cast on October 31st in the font Locator handwriting in size 36. I placed it 3/4 of bottom of the page because I was inspired by the Conjuring title, like seen here. I then wrote October 31, the date of release, at the bottom of the page, like seen on this Conjuring poster. I have placed it center of the page, but more further down. This is so that I keep the conventional format of the poster. I did it in the same font as my master's font. Here I added an orange stroke to the masthead and also included the date of release along with the tagline. However, I left the tagline white to contrast the masthead. I then tried to add some technical information at the bottom of the page, like every other poster. I used Premiere UCAS font from Photoshop, but I didn't like it, so I used another font called Ayutthaya and put the opacity down to 45% because I like this effect as soon as the bedroom bath poster. I also kept the opacity low because I want all the attention on the main image and masthead. I then added the age certificate at the bottom right corner. Although it's not a conventional feature, I just put it there to see what it looks like. I also added 5 stars that I had downloaded from Google Images and placed a review above it. In my research, I noticed that horror film posters don't have film ratings and reviews, but overall this is a conventional feature in most film genres. The ratings and the quote would really help the audience to go and watch it because they'll trust whatever's written on my poster. Although it's not a conventional feature, it challenges the conventions of a horror poster. I want it to look like one piece, so I used the font on the Simply Brilliant quite different to others, and I put its quote marks so that it looks like people have already watched it and said it's really good. As you can see here, I've done quite a lot from the last screenshot, as I've added steam from the portion, removed the stroke from the masthead and changed the level of the picture to appear more darker. I added steam by simply downloading a picture of steam from Google Images and then desaturating it. Then using the wand tool, I got rid of the background so that steam is alone. I then placed it on my portion bowl, changing the object from normal to screen and then putting the opacity down so that it looks real. The screen option allows me to bring out the background so that her hand is seen through and doesn't look fake. I also changed the colour of the background image to darker because the darkness brings the steam and the white font out more. Because the picture was taken on a black background, I didn't need to crop anything out or alter the picture, but the red lighting was seen and was used during filming, and it just appears more darker when I put the brightness level up. Usually the pictures and the main images from existing posters are really dark and really quite freaky, and I think I've achieved that look by using my witch's hands and not showing her face, because I think that's a secret. As seen on my film trailer, you don't quite know who the witch is until during the middle of the film trailer you see her actually mixing a potion, but from the beginning nobody even knows who she is, which gives my audience some sort of excitement. As you can see here, I've changed the font of the technical information to New over STD in the size 22.83 point, opacity to 57%. I also added my white production logo, which I produced. This is a conventional feature that has to be done on a poster so that the audience know where the film belongs to. In my technical information, I included all the names, such as my actors, my names, and my college's name. Overall, my poster's house style, I find it quite conventional compared to other horror posters. As seen on the Ouija film poster and Bedroom Bath and the Oculus posters, they're very dark and they belong to a horror genre, which I tried to achieve here. I used white fonts and black backgrounds. I was simply inspired by the Ouija poster. It's very simple, but very appealing. The black background and a simple picture of the main image was a picture of a very key object of the film, which I think I have achieved because in my poster the main image is of my actress mixing her potion, which is quite key in my film because it identifies her role and it also gives clues about the narrative. That was my talk through of my poster. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.